here with Otis Kirk talking recruiting, and as far as the Hogs go, Eric Thomas is committed. He's a defensive end, 6'3", 230, Pensacola, Florida, and he made an official this weekend, Otis.
Yeah, he was here, and you know, this is a kid that's a great pass rusher, Drew. The thing he does better than anything else, he gets in there. I mean, he really puts pressure on. He had 14.5 sacks during the regular season. Then he goes and plays 2 All-Star games and had 7 more sacks in 2 games. So the kid, I asked him before he left today. I said, what do you attribute that to? He said he just loves to. I mean, he works at getting to the quarterback. A
commitment from Jacory Turner. He's a linebacker, but I understand he played both ways in high school.
Yeah, he did. He played wide receiver too. He's you know, some people didn't know if they would take another tight end because they're getting quite a few, but they needed another one. He's 6'4" or so and can really run. Well, I mean, that's evidenced by the fact he played wide receiver on offense. So he's not your normal, you know, big linebacker just going to hit you. I mean, he's 6'3", 6'4", about 200 pounds, but can really run.
Okay, Jacory Johnson, you talk about stretching and recruiting, stretching out and getting to Connecticut. Wow, that's big. Jacory Johnson is committed. He is a cornerback. 3-star.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often coming down from up there, but I talked to him, and I was joking with him today before he got on the plane. I said, I guess you're probably the only kid this weather didn't affect, you know, because it's cold out here. And he said, no, it's not bad at all, because he wasn't from Florida or Georgia or somewhere, you know, Texas or somewhere, being from up there where it's cold all the time. But he was at the Mississippi State game, so he's seen Arkansas. He's been here on an unofficial visit. Really wanted to be a Razorback.
A lot of buzz right now about Felipe Franks, you know, whether Arkansas can land Franks, grad transfer, former Florida QB, and you look at him, somebody who suffered a gruesome ankle injury this past season. But collectively, as far as his career goes, he threw for nearly 4,600 yards at Florida and was also able to do a lot of things on the ground for the Gators.
He's got SEC experience. He's played and won games in the SEC. If you can get someone like that, you cannot turn them down. I mean, you've got to try to get, you know, he's an older quarterback, and he's going to come in here, assuming they get him, and he's going to make a decision the next couple. Classes start back over there on Tuesday. They're out for Dr. King's holiday on Monday, but they'll start back on Tuesday, and he says so he's got a couple of days to make a decision, and he can make one at any time.
Yep. Evany Jackson is a running back, a really good one, and they're looking at him. He's a guy out of Georgia. He gives Arkansas high marks, but this guy's been banged up as well.
Yeah, he got hurt in the first game. He had a torn ACL, torn MCL, and a torn meniscus. But he says he feels like he's healthy, and he's getting there. He's feeling good. He's a 10'5", 600-meter guy. He can fly.
Jalen St. John, all I know about this guy in the trenches is that he's elite.
He's big, and he was committed to Coach Odom, Coach Davis up at Missouri. When they left there, it was kind of like some of the situations with some of the other kids here. You know, he decommitted because that was his coach up there. He's going to visit Florida State on the 31st, the 31st of February the 2nd, and then he'll make a decision. But I feel really good about Arkansas's chances.
Another O-lineman, Broderick Jones, and he's 6'6", 300. He's going to leave Monday, right?
Yeah, he's leaving tomorrow. He didn't get here till after lunch yesterday, so I mean he was at the game, though. He did get to go to the basketball game, and you know, so he's a 5-star. It's just somebody, man. You look at him and you look at Jalen St. John, and these are what offensive linemen in the SEC are supposed to look like. These are men. They're young guys, but they're men, if you know what I mean. And it's going to be Arkansas, Georgia, or Auburn for Broderick, and he is committed to Georgia right now. Can Sam pry him loose? I don't know.
We know about Savion Williams. That's a very familiar name. He just made his second official to Arkansas.
Yeah, he's going to be at TCU next weekend. He's visited SMU. He's going to come down to those 3, but he's going to wait till signing day. I think he committed to Arkansas before, and then you had the coaching change, and it all got. So I think he kind of wants to wait and let this one play out.
Tight end Horace just made his second official to Arkansas.
Really liked how they had the official visit set up for him. Now, in fairness to the previous staff on him, too, he had already seen a lot of the stuff. So, you know, he and Savion had seen a lot of the stuff. So, you know, they're kind of getting second look, you know, so it's easier to, well, yeah, this is new. I didn't see this before, because this was stuff that they get shown because they've already seen a lot of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So they knew what to expect in the other stuff.
Great stuff from Otis Kirk, Hogville.net. You can find his work there. In the meantime, coming up after the break, Tara Talmadge sitting down with Arkansas OC Kendall Bryant.